Everybody is scared of Arsenal Football Club. Cue the Ronaldo clip.
Maybe someone's don't like me, but because I'm too good. I don't know why.
Okay, Arsenal were a banter club. Let's be honest. That time of lockdown where Arsenal seemed to lose every single game with David Luiz at the back, no disrespect to him, and also Squadran Mustafi. Everything was just going wrong for the club, and rightly so. Rival fans and everybody across the whole world were laughing at them. Nobody could see a light, nobody could see where Arteta was taking us, and it was quite amusing to those that were watching on. But for us Arsenal fans, it was heartbreaking, seeing our club completely being destroyed on and off the pitch. We even joined the Super League. Nobody knew why we did that or why anybody did that. But it was just a comical period for the club, and nobody would have ever thought we'd be in the position we are based off of that period. Well, everything is now changed. Arsenal have finished second and second again. Okay, that was a joke. But yes, things have definitely improved. Mikel Arteta has got us fighting for Premier Leagues. We look a real force in Europe and in England. Teams now set up a certain way to stop us. It used to be teams coming to attack us. Remember the Unai Emery days of 20 shots on our goal against Watford. Wow, I couldn't believe it. But yeah, Arsenal are serious. We've got a system in place. We've got players at the club that are world class. I mean, look at William Saliba, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka. These are world class players. We can really say and pull the best players in Europe now. We're that good. But there's just something strange about it all. I don't know whether everybody seems to be scared that we're too good, that they have to pile on us, or maybe it's just, everybody knows success is so close that they can't deal with it. Well, maybe I need to sympathise them. Imagine a club that was so bad, losing every single game in lockdown, and then suddenly they're perking up, challenging for titles, and signing the best players in the world. I would be a little bit shocked to the point where I may have to criticise the smallest of things. Even the big dogs, Manchester City, and their fans, you can tell they're scared. They are playing football unfairly. 115 charges? I mean, that's quite ridiculous. I mean, how can anybody get away with it? Imagine a team that's complying with PSR, has a young crop of players with a young manager, an identity, a history. Oh wait, that's Arsenal Football Club. So no wonder they're jealous. I mean, Manchester City for sure are seeing a team that's got a lot of history now making their waves and climbing up the football ladder to really challenge them for the titles. And success will be so much sweeter. It will just feel better for the fans of Arsenal, and just around the world there'll be more shock when Arsenal finally do it. And I think there's that jealousy from Manchester City and their fans that this Arsenal train is really coming for them. Okay, let's look at Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham and Chelsea. Alright, in the past few years, they have really piled it on us. They've battered us. Okay, let's go back to 8-1 Manchester United, 6-0 Arsene Wenger against Chelsea. It's absolutely ridiculous. Even Tottenham used to do us every time we used to play them, especially at their ground. But we've now won there twice in a row. We've won at Old Trafford as well. I mean, come on now. These records, we shouldn't just look past them. We're a real force, and people just can't stand that that's what we are now. We're really a good club with good players and good morals, and we're really going for the top prizes in football. Enough of the subtle snipes at the rest of the big teams. Let's just talk about what Arsenal are really doing to make them a scary force in football. Okay, they got rid of the bad eggs. Look at the likes of Aubameyang, Mustafi, and just all the sort of players which were just carrying a lot of energy that was bad, and a lot of the money that we were using, they were taking it up with their high wages. So what did Arteta do? He got them out by whatever means were possible. Sykes of Guendouzi as well, with bad attitude. He knew that the club couldn't move forward unless he got rid of them. So he did. He brought in players who were role models, players which, had the mentality to work hard. Look at Ben White, for example, a player with, this mentality of always trying to get better and improve. It's not easy to find those sort of players, but they're there. Tomiyasu as well, a warrior, somebody who wants to fight on the pitch and really prove his worth. It was time for Arsenal to finally get those sort of players through the door. And it did really help that we already had beautiful and fantastic players, both mentally and, in terms of their technical ability and skills. Haaland really provided us with a lot of quality. Bukayo Saka and Smith Rowe, even Eddie Nketiah are three players which epitomise what Haaland is about. Quality and fantastic attitude to constantly improve. And Mikel Arteta certainly did use them. Smith Rowe and Saka became one of his most used players on the whole, squad. And he then got us into this point where we were exciting to watch, playing really good football. Even rival fans had to look at us and be like, wow, Arsenal are really playing good football. We're not just a comedy show anymore. We started producing results on the pitch, and then we were in that beautiful position of fighting for top four, and we could bring in some fantastic players. Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko. These are star-studded players who were challenging and winning Premier League titles with Manchester City. But now they had found their way to Arsenal Football Club. And that was just fantastic news in terms of getting us where we want to be, fighting continuously for titles. Fast forward to 2024. The transfer window, probably the solidifying window, where you raise the floor because the ceiling is high enough. Time to make a squad which any player can come in and replace another player and not look out of place. That's the final jigsaw puzzle, along with the academy, which is being completely revamped. Some really good signings from Northern Ireland and Ireland, Kedach O'Neill, and players like Nygaard. All these players are really good for the academy, whilst getting rid of players which are talented but probably not talented enough to stay at Arsenal Football Club. So things are looking up. We're looking good on and off the pitch, and we are now going to be a well-oiled machine, and everybody is going to have to be scared of us. And once we firstly taste that first piece of success, I'm going to tell you, these clubs are going to go from scared to having to admire, because they're nowhere near us quality-wise, both on the pitch and off it. That's why they call us class. Is it just me, or do Arsenal feel like a movie? It just seems everything is structured as something you would see in Disney. Arsene Wenger brought the club up from the bottom, grinded us out to become one of the best clubs in England, going invincible, winning multiple Premier League titles, making Highbury the Arsenal. Everybody knew when they went to Highbury, they were going to see a fantastically drilled Arsenal side that played beautiful football. But then, of course, the Emirates Stadium happened. Beautiful stadium built for us, meant to be a beautiful and seemingly easy transition. And we take our success from Highbury and just keep producing at the Emirates. But of course, we had to keep on selling our best players, and we never ever built any momentum to take us to the next level. But then, something strange happens. Everybody turns on Arsene Wenger. Nobody sticks with him. The stick goes directly to him rather than the people at the top. Nobody seems to understand the situation and how we as a club are really struggling. We can't physically improve because we don't have the financial means to do so. We didn't know that. Arsene Wenger got kicked out. It seemed the only option for the owners. But then this is where everything changed. In comes Unai Emery. We can call him the false saviour. The person that comes in the club that everybody thinks is going to change the direction of the ship, and success will come easily. Alright, he started pretty well. We looked really good. But of course, things fell off. And once he was out the door, this is where the proper guy came in. Mikel Arteta. Wow, the guy that would show us what Arsenal Football Club is about. A club captain, somebody who breathed Arsenal, somebody who never used to celebrate a goal if it was against Arsenal, somebody who had learned under Pep Guardiola and also learned under Arsene Wenger. He'd got the best of both worlds, how to structure a team defensively from Pep Guardiola and also his patterns of play, and then Arsene Wenger with his freedom, his free-flowing football and his emphasis on attack. Mikel Arteta was almost crafted in a lab. He comes in and starts building us back up. Okay, the start, as always, was going to be rocky. Many people wanted him out. Nobody could see the future. He wins us a bit of silverware. Let's call this a little bit of gold in the middle of the rainbow. And then seemingly, things start to gather pace. Arsenal start to get better and better and better. And then we finally are nearly at the end of the rainbow. Success is literally staring us in the eyes. And Mikel Arteta has brought us to that stage. And that is where we are now.